Guardians had me worried for a second. The Twins had gotten like 3 unanswered runs. They were closing in, but it looks like the Guardians scored big. So it's 7-3 now in the bottom of the 6th. They had kind of been sitting on 4 runs for a minute there. So. And then they will wrap this series up with the Twins and head off to Chicago to play the White Sox tomorrow for a 7:10 start tomorrow night, of course, here on MMS. That's the first of 3. They'll play them tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then they'll head to Texas for the weekend, play the Rangers. They'll come back here to play the Rays, and then the Royals, and that's it. Yeah.
The last one is in Kansas City, I think, right?
It's here.
Oh, it's here? Okay.
Yep.
So it's Rays and
last games of the season are the, they get back on the 27th, and they're here through the rest of the regular season, through October 5th. They ended all with a 6-game series against Kansas City. So I was reading that the Guardians' magic number is 13, for those of you who know what that is, because it's a series of levers and pulleys based on what they do and what other teams do, and it's a whole thing. But yes, Poundcake did say 1 miles per hour, but that's not the point. The point is, he might have stumbled onto something with Velma and Louise. Are you okay? I heard you telling Mary you were hurt.
Me?
Yeah.
I just tweaked my a muscle this morning lifting, so I'm nothing crazy. Just a little pull. You don't want to push it too hard and make it worse. So just did switch it up and did
what were you
little
doing?
More cardio.
What were you doing? Was it something
deadlifts.
You noticed at the time, or you did?
I was doing deadlifts and I went up and felt a muscle pull, and I was like, "Oop, that's not good." So
yeah, right.
We just switched around and did some other more cardio-based stuff, not as much core stuff.
Well, getting hurt in the gym, though, that's better than people are like, I pulled my back leaning down to get an apple out of the fridge.
And I'm also very cautious. I'm not in any amount of pain right now. Every once in a while, I'll tweak it and be like, I'm aware of it, but it doesn't hurt. But I also know that I don't need to, I'm not training for anything. So I'm not going to push through it, then make it actually worse, and then not be able to work out for a while.
Mm-hmm.
This will probably be fine by Wednesday, because I did that with my shoulder a few months ago, and then it took months of rehab to get it back to normal.
Sure.
So I don't want to have to go through all that again.
Hey, by the way, condolences. We saw that Michael Heaton died.
Yeah.
Who was a long-time columnist, as was his dad over at The Plain Dealer. He's Patricia Heaton's brother. You know her, of course. He wrote a column called Minister of Culture it was a great column. It would show up in the Friday Plain Dealer, and he did it for decades. And I don't know what he died from, but I'd heard from a couple of listeners, and I'd heard rumblings about it. He hadn't done the column. I think he left Plain Dealer a few years ago.
I think 2018 was the last one.
There you go. And if you're a lifelong Clevelander, you remember his dad, Chuck. He was a very well-known sports writer at the Plain Dealer. Patty Heaton is his sister. They grew up in Bay Village, which is where my youngest daughter is growing up. So for people who are a fan of Michael Heaton, he had done a lot of things. I mean, he was, before he came back to Cleveland, he was with the San Francisco Examiner for a while, and he was one of the first reporters at Ground Zero on 9/11. And so you would see him sometimes if you would go to an event and he was speaking there. And he was a very funny writer. And it's so, for people who enjoyed his work and it's his family, it's sad. I don't know. Maybe more information had come out. He was a Kent State grad. He worked for People magazine. He did a lot of things before he was back here working for the Plain Dealer. It was a very accessible writing style. It's not easy for a lot of people, by the way. It's very difficult to write in a way that kind of translates with people and makes them feel like, writers can be really, really wordy in a way that's not, doesn't really grab you. But he had a funny style, if you were a fan of his. They said he wrote about 1,500 columns in 31 years. And they published a compendium of them called Truth and Justice for Fun and Profit about 15 years ago. So anyway, A couple of listeners had mentioned it to me, and I had heard rumblings about it, but Michael Heaton died. 66, which is not old. But they didn't give a cause of death, so I'm not sure what that's about. But that's, I guess, not ours to know. Somebody told me that he fell down the stairs and hit his head. I hope that's not the case because, and no, he didn't, Stephen Canton, and he played Batman. What a life. No, not Michael Keaton. He's from Pittsburgh. He's not from Cleveland. Michael Heaton. You know Patty Heaton, famous actress, right? She was on Everybody Loves Raymond.
Right, and then the middle, right? Was she
I mean, she was in the middle. I mean, I can't imagine what Ray Romano's...
I'm so sorry to hear about your brother. His head. No.
I can't imagine what the eulogy would be for his colleague's brother. So, no, that's... again, I don't know if that's hearsay, but that is that would be a terrible way to go. Just like the staircase. You know, that's if you watch that documentary, they just did a fictionalized version of it not long ago for HBO Max about that guy in North Carolina who a lot of people think probably killed his wife, but he said she fell down the stairs or she had been attacked by an owl or something, you know.
Oh, those owls, they'll get you.
Well, it's funny because in the fictionalized version of the staircase, they do a bit of a deeper dive. There was a guy who wanted to do a bit of a deeper dive on the whole owl theory because owls will attack people. I was reading a story a couple of days ago about a guy who had been attacked by a couple of owls.
I'll attack them right back. Don't mess with me, owls.
Get out of here, owl. No, so for people who are panic farting because they thought I did say Michael Keaton, I did not say Michael Keaton. I said Michael Heaton. That's right. Ron and Willoughby says there's no way LeBron is going to push things for an extra game when he's trying to win rings. Right. I think that that's probably true, too. I don't, but, you know, and again, a lot of people think that I'm being naive by saying that I don't think professional sports is rigged. I think rigged is a big, big word there because there's way too many moving parts. You know, in the same way that elections are not rigged, believe it or not, because there's way too many moving parts. At least not the way that you dopes think they are. So I don't know what LeBron has in mind. Nor am I worried about it.
If LeBron could rig games, he would have made the playoffs.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, whoever was in the rigging would make it happen.
Like, they want LeBron in the playoffs, and he didn't make the playoffs last year, and it wasn't like the year before he lost in the first round. That doesn't make the NBA any more money. They want him to go as deep as they can.
Yeah.
So they try to rig that.
Sarah said she started delivering for Amazon the same day that we started here in our new studio. It was about 5 weeks ago. This past Saturday night, I wrecked my ankle stepping out of the van to deliver a package, and now I'm off work for at least 3 days and in a walking boot. I saw a guy when I was walking over to the Ivy yesterday. There was a dude on the sidewalk a few paces in front of me in one of those boots. It's like, if they put you in that, that's just what you're walking around in for a while? Did they put, like, rubber on the bottom, or are you just kind of walking around like RoboCop for however long you have to have that thing on?
My boyfriend cracked the tiniest bone in his ankle, like where his ankle and his foot meet, and he was in one of those for like 6 months.
Is that supposed to be like just shy of a cast?
Yes.
Like, okay.
You don't need a full cast because it's usually for like smaller breaks.
But you have to keep it in place.
But you have to keep it in place and keep like the pressure and weight off of it, and it keeps it stable so you can't like twist it or crack it again.
Because this guy wasn't on crutches. A lot of those people I see on crutches.
No, Brian didn't have crutches either, but they kept him in it, and he because it's like sometimes when it's small fractures like that, this regular walking can make it worse.
Yeah.
So they don't want to put you in a full cast, but they're like, you can do this and then take it off when you get home and aren't on it anymore, type of thing.
I would think that somebody, way beyond before this point, I would have thought that somebody would have come up with oversized tennis shoes that you could wear over those walking boots.
I think you're thinking of Skechers Shape-Ups and...
Maybe. I mean,
my mom fell for the
Skechers Shape-Ups.
I had them in college.
So it's worn in place of a shoe. No, I understand that, but you'd think that there would be something because you are walking on it.
But
I mean, you're kind of favoring that leg.
They're not going to put you, if you have like a full-blown broken ankle, they're not going to put you in that.
They're going to put you in a cast.
From what I understand, it's for like smaller, more minor injuries that don't need to be completely immobile like a cast would make you.
Like Trey Lance, who is the quarterback for the... I shouldn't have brought this up because... damn it.
What?
Never mind. Don't worry about it. I don't want you to talk about the backup quarterback.
What?
There's a quarterback that got hurt yesterday that plays for a team that whenever we bring up this backup quarterback...
Oh, Janine Garofalo.
Yeah, I knew what he was doing. I just wanted him to walk us a little bit further down the path. Janine Garofalo. Yeah.
No, so
what about her?
Trey Lance broke his ankle yesterday, and he has to get surgery on it. And so, like, he'll be in like a full cast.
Yeah.
That's going to be like a big, long process to figure that out. But yeah, you can get the boots. There's like the air boots, and then there's like the plastic boots. There's like different levels
ones you like pump up.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff.
Janine Garofalo's shot at redemption was not. I hope you didn't miss it, because she's been in the news, and she's like, I'm going to be in a couple of movies coming up.
Hey.
And that's gotten 49ers fans really, really bent out of shape, because she's been great for that team. And just to be able to, I don't know. Alan, you didn't scooter to the Ivy? No, I walked. I thought about it. Because, every time I see somebody on those scooters, I'm like, man, somebody in a car is not going to be paying attention.
Death trap.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far. They look super fun. I've been on them before, not in Cleveland, but it's like I thought about it. Because the thing is, you have to stumble upon them, right? They're just out willy-nilly.
Yeah.
So you have to stumble upon one. And based on how long you've already walked and how much farther you have to walk,
got to do a little cost-benefit analysis.
there you go.
Like, all right, I think I'll just finish walking.
There you go. I've walked
like you said,
this
it's like a
far.
15-minute
walk
which is
around
not
Public
bad.
Square. And they're doing a lot of construction, by the way, on the far side of Public Square, far side from us here. They're digging, I don't know if they're digging up old parking lots and they're going to put buildings there or what.
Bodies.
They may be encasing bodies in concrete. What do I know? But no, I did not scooter down. Probably one of these weeks I might do that. Last thing I want to do, though, is break my ass on one of those scooters
They don't have
on my way to a gig.
They don't have ass boots.
Huh?
They don't have ass boots, like a walking boot.
They don't have a
So-
sitting boot?
If you were to break your ass, I think you're just out.
Hmm.
You have to wear like a chastity belt.
A chastity belt.
Keep you like one of those metal belts to keep everything in place.
Oh, boy. A chastity belt. Hey, put this cod piece on. It goes all the way around. Alan, I had a cut on the bottom of my foot. I had to wear a Kiss boot for months. It weighed a ton. Yeah, well, okay. Hello.
Hey, who's this? Yeah, kind of, but it sounds really quiet.
I'm sorry, I'm on a new phone plan, but it sucks.
Okay, that's better.
This
But
sucks.
is your phone running out of batteries or something?
No, I got a new phone, Bill. Oh, God.
This is like when Dustin leaves a message on the app versus when he calls in.
Yeah.
I got a new phone, and it doesn't work so well, but this is Wilhelmina, Bill.
Oh, hey, what's going
Remember
on?
me?
Yeah, I do.
All right. I got a new, I'm on that new, Chick-fil-A mobile.
Well, don't call on Sundays because it won't work.
Wish I could afford.
So how are things?
You tell me. I can barely hear what's going on, Bill. Oh, God. What the hell? I don't know. I just missed you, Bill. And oh, God. I just missed talking to you, Bill. I haven't talked to you in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while because we've been a month in these new studios and you haven't been able to call because you didn't have a phone apparently. And now you got a new phone that kind of stinks.
Bill, you're not joking. It's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not
Oh,
great.
my goodness. Well, you remember when you were moving, I thought you were moving, and I sold my house.
Yeah, that's right.
You remember that?
Yeah. How'd that all end up working out?
Well, I took a bath on that house, Bill.
Well, at least you did take a bath. That's good.
Yeah, I did. I see what you did, Bill. You know I like to bathe. Frequently. I do.
Oh, yeah?
I'm thinking you, Bill.
Ooh. How often are you take bathing?
As often as I can. I like to break it down in segments.
Which was the most recent segment you washed?
The backs of my knees.
The backs of your knees.
That was on Saturday. That's right. Saturday.
And how long does it take to wash the back of your knees?
Saturday was leg day, Bill. It took a little while.
Mm-hmm.
This telephone sounds awful, Bill.
Yeah.
Now, what is going on?
You'd have to tell me. I have no control over your phone.
Oh, that's a good... And I'm sorry, I'm calling you from my hallway now, apparently. I'm sorry, Bill. I'm calling you from my hallway.
Well, this one's gonna need a little work.
It really is. Oh, my goodness, Bill.
So where are you living now? If you sold your house, where do you live? They have this big echoey hallway.
I'm in a women's shelter. I guess this is the great room is what they call it, but there's... Hold on, let me go into a smaller room, Bill. Oh, there we go. I'm not in that big room. Oh, hold on, I'm walking down a hallway now. There's all good gravy. There's a hallway here, Bill. Now, I gotta figure out this phone thing, Bill.
Yeah, you should figure that out before you call again, for sure. Well, that was an interesting one.
Good grief.
Is it a shelter? Because she thought you were leaving.
Mm-hmm.
The effect you have on women.
Nothing I can do about that.
Talk about
can't
some,
help it.
boy,
Yeah.
thinking you were leaving. Talk about some crossed wires.
Yeah.
There. Some bad signals. Okay, listen, I've got to take a break here. If you'd like to text the show for anything, please do that, 35192. If you want to watch, go to alancoxshow.com, and you can listen wherever you are all throughout North America on the iHeartRadio app.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7
WMMS. Buzzard Radio.
The Buzzard.
Is Rover.
A lot going on here. All right.
Rock. And Alan Cox.
That's a source of entertainment for you.
Your FM home of the Guardians.
Oh, what a moment!
100.7.
WMMS.
Your afternoon drive is brought to you by the Ken Ganley Auto Group, Ohio's #1 automotive retailer.
Ever since I got the new Galaxy Z Flip 4, I've been learning all these new tricks with my dog Finn. Like how to take the best selfies at the park. I just set my phone down, put it in flex mode, and capture hands-free pics from multiple angles. Aww. Or how to capture our training sessions for his followers. I simply wave my hand to start recording video. Good boy! Plus,